Hi there, my name's Angela. I'm the owner and founder of Casa Viaggio. We are a boutique style short-term rental property management company based in DC. Have you ever thought about renting out a part of your home, whether it's a room, a shared space, an English basement apartment, or a guest house in the back? A lot of folks do this for Airbnb and VRBO, but you need to have the proper licensing. In DC, in 2023, 3,000 short-term rental licenses were granted, but hundreds of applications were rejected. And these were basically due to simple errors on the filer's part, either not having the correct information, not processing the paperwork correctly, or simple typos. And I'm here to help you navigate this process so that you can start your Airbnb or VRBO hosting journey. Today I'm going to talk about Washington, D.C.'s short-term rental laws, the requirements, and then the simple steps that are necessary to get your license online. As someone who manages multiple listings, we now have 30 in DC. We've been doing this for about 15 years, and the process has become a little bit more complicated, but we are very, very well versed in it. What you're going to need to start to do is understand what a short-term rental property is. It's not the same as a vacation rental property. In a short-term rental property, specifically in Washington, D.C., it has to be part of your primary residence. This means that you're listed as living in that property as your primary residence for the majority of the year. Again, this could be a bedroom in your property, an English basement apartment, which means it's on the lower level of a 3-level row home, or a guest house or carriage house located in the back of the main home, but still on the property lot. If this is the case, then this is the right avenue for you. So now that we know what a short-term rental property is, let's talk about some of the requirements you're going to need before applying. And this is key. Have your documents ready before you start the application process online. You're going to need a proof of liability insurance. You can get this from your homeowner's policy or from the platform itself, like Airbnb. Certificate of clean hands from Washington, D.C., just saying you don't owe them any money, taxes, or parking tickets. And you also are going to make sure that it is listed as your primary residence. This means you'll have a homestead tax deduction and the paperwork. You can get this from the title attorney when you purchased your home. Having all these in hand, now you can go online. You can go straight to the DCRA website for this. They use Access DC. There's a link for a DC short-term rental licensing. Once you enter in all of your information, complete the application questions, it's going to ask you to upload your documents. Once that occurs, you pay the license fee. And that's basically it. You're going to receive confirmation once it's approved, and you'll be officially licensed to host guests in your home. After you've obtained your short-term rental license, it's a pretty straightforward process once you know the steps. First, you've got to understand what qualifies. Next, you're going to gather your information. Then you're going to submit the application online. Having everything ready before you start saves a lot of time and prevents a lot of costly delays. So here at Casa Viaggio, as we like to say, every guest stay begins long before check-in time. It begins with having a unit that's properly licensed. So best of luck on your Airbnb journey. And remember, DC short-term rental license, it is not just a requirement, it is literally required for your hosting success.